know what it is, man. You tune in to episode 1, You Know the Vibes podcast, hosted by myself, Self-Made Mel, the highest and the flyest, along with my co-host, T-Lee the Don, 85 the Rialto, and Curbside Kyle. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode. We plan to be the podcast for the people, the pulse of the people, the podcast for the audience, and not just against. A lot of things in our culture we see that we disagree with, that we feel like can be changed. The narrative can be pushed in a different way, and we just want to put our 2 cents in on making that possible, or making that happen. Once again, I'm Self-Made Mel, business owner, independent artist, record label owner, etc. Former intern of major labels, of independent labels. And we're going to just get this cracking, man. T, you want to say anything to the people, or you want to just give vibe?
Man, we here spreading love, positivity, you know what I mean? Let's keep it going, let's push it forward, man, push the culture forward.
Facts. All right, let's jump right on into it then. Inauguration, the 46th president, Donald Trump, is officially gone as our president, no longer in this goddamn White House, fucking up our country, fucking up our policies and our politics, and a lot of people are mad about that. Looking at you, Capitol rioters. You check out the inauguration? What you think about it?
Man, I did, man. It was crazy because I didn't really think they was going to have it because there was a lot of threats, you know, what happened. But I did check it out, but the main thing I took from it was like, man, it's really cold out there. They got these old dudes out. Bernie looked like he was like, man, I'm like, come on, we can
that was one of the funnier parts I see was the Bernie Sanders memes.
Why they got Bernie out there like that?
Man, they have my man everywhere. Like, I seen him with Money Mitch and Ace in the paid in full car.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting on the back of the hood.
Come on,
they showed up in the studio, having with the Dior's on, everything, man. That shit was hilarious.
He was going through it, man. But, you know, more than anything, I felt like it's the first inauguration. Like, it was supposed to be a celebration for Biden, but I really feel like it was a celebration of, man, we got this dude up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The country had been in turmoil for the past 4 years. You know, so again, first day, Biden's day one actions, federal mask mandate on federal property, extended the eviction and foreclosure moratoriums until March 31st. He put a pause on student loans until September 30th. The Muslim travel ban is gone. The end of the Keystone XL pipeline through indigenous lands. 1776 Commission, 18-member panel who studied Trump's concerns that America's teachers were too liberal has been canceled. DACA, the Dreamers Act, protections have been reinstated. The Attorney General, the Department of Justice, and the Office of Management and Budget to investigate systemic racism and ensure communities of color are in equity. Also, non-citizens are back on the census. That's like, as you see, there's many more on this list that I'm reading off of, but this just goes to show what this dude did in day one as our new president, man. So clap it up for him. You know, proud of the 46th president and Joe Biden. You know, Kamala Harris is the vice president, first black woman vice president. It's a big thing. It's a good thing to see. As far as, you know, change coming to America, I hope this is something that we can look at as a platform, a starting point, so to speak.
I'm glad that he came in and did what he's standing on what he said, you know what I mean? And I really feel like it's going to bring us back together as a country, because there was a lot of division these last 4 years, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to work with guys with, you know, these Trump, just having a hat, having a sticker, it can cause so much, you know what I mean? So I'm just so glad it's over with, you know, and there's still these guys out here doing it, but, you know, most of them going to jail. So
for sure.
So
yeah, man, big ups to him though. We ain't gonna stay too much on politics. Did you catch the verses?
Man, I was on it, man. I had my popcorn, you know what I mean? I was ready for the performance, man.
What is it about Ashanti and Keisha Cole music that just bring the softness out of thug niggas? Like, you be sitting there and you start hearing her talk about getting cheated on, and you in the room by yourself just...
I was feeling that shit.
I might as well.
That shit was going.
No, it was definitely one of the dopest verses. It got up to 1.1 million viewers. They were a little bit late. Ain't gonna blame nobody.
That was crazy.
No, but I did see Keisha Cole's, I think it was her manager, I believe, or somebody on her team. They basically said that what the issue was there was an issue with the screen. So she was appearing blurry on the screen.
Is that what it was?
I believe so. I did hear that there was an audio interview.
It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, and it didn't start till 10 East Coast time. So that was like out. You know what I mean? Swiss Beats even put like, this is disrespectful. He was mad. Which I had it ready to go, and it was just Ashanti on there for like at least almost an hour. You know what I mean? So it was kind of crazy, but when it did go, it started. You know, it was a good battle, like I thought it would. You know what I mean?
This is completely off topic, but you know, I don't want to shit on Trump entirely. I mean, I'm gonna shit on him, but I didn't want to shit on him entirely. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons being is, did you see the pardons? The people he pardoned, some of the people he pardoned, were some of the hip hop artists and some people from our culture.
Lil Wayne, I feel like he was slanging them like he was selling
giving them out, right?
Oh, no, he was. I think he was getting paid on the back end. Like, I'm almost out, you know.
Possible.
You know what I'm saying?
Kodak Black, I saw, is still looking at charges. Still faces up to 30 years.
Really?
For the charges that he was initially placed there for. I think Wayne's charges were completely dropped.
It's crazy, you know, people criticize Wayne. I was one included, and he took that picture with Trump and endorsed him, but obviously he had, you know, a plan with it.
Yeah, I seen a video going around, Whack 100 spoke on him, basically saying that he felt he did what he had to do to get himself out of the situation that he was in. You know, it is what
you gotta do sometimes.
It is what it is.
Was Bobby Shmurda on there too?
Nah, he didn't pardon Bobby.
He didn't pardon Bobby.
Yeah. No, he said,
or the Tiger King. Tiger King was trying to get out.
He said, no, not you.
He got a limo ready. He was ready, bro. And Trump was like, no.
No. But okay. So among some of his other pardons, it was Weezy, Harry O, the founder of Death Row Records, Kodak Black, the mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, who had been in prison. He had like 20-something years left. The former Jay-Z aide.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you know, she had Word of Wire. She snitched Word of Wire when she got caught with the coke and everything. I'm aware her name escapes me right now for some reason.
She got out too.
But yeah, she was also somebody that he pardoned. So, I mean, crazy last week for that dude on his way out.
It was, man.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't even wave when he left. He went to the...
Nah.
he was walking to the helicopter to get out of there at 5 in the morning, like...
Nah, I'm out.
Fuck it.
Hey, out here. You think him and his wife gonna stay together, or is that a wrap?
No, I think that was a mail order marriage. She never seemed happy. She never seemed happy. Every time I saw this woman, like, you know how you got to feel as a man? Like, imagine being out in public with somebody, not just anybody, but your wife, bro. Like, imagine being out in public with your wife.
Yeah.
She don't even want to hold your hand.
You
know how that's a feel?
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, this is my...
I seen on their way out, they was getting off the plane, and he stopped and started waving. She just kept mobbing, like, you know what I mean? Just kept walking. She don't care, bro. Like, she's just so ready to get away from him.
His hands. I'm trying to grab her hand and shit.
Nah, for real.
I love these man.
Nah.
Okay.
She was a model. I mean, something like that, right? So, but yeah, I'm just happy that regime is over with, man.
It's a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. Like I said, it was some positives in there, but mostly negatives, man. You know, these people, as we talked about, the Capitol rioters, or what they're calling them, but we should just call them terrorists. You know, I'm seeing some of the after effects of some of the things that happen with these people, involving these people, right? The professor guy who kicked his feet up on Pelosi's desk and you know, wrote blood on an envelope on her desk. He talked to a judge in the courtroom for 5 hours, and was sent home on house arrest.
On house arrest?
On house arrest.
Nah.
A young lady who stole Nancy Pelosi's personal laptop and was attempting to sell it to Russian counterintelligence was also sent home on house arrest.
It don't make no sense, man.
Mind blowing, man. Like the injustice system. You see what I'm saying? I think it works, but it works for who it was designed to work for.
This is crazy, bro.
I don't know that anywhere else in the world you can commit a terrorist act and talk to the judge for 5 hours. I mean, court cases don't even last 5 hours when you get in charge. When you go in there to say your arraignment's guilty, not guilty, who gives you 5 hours?
I'm gonna need a break and a lunch break.
Yeah, who gives you 5 hours to just make a decision?
No, they had a heart-to-heart. Like, he came in the back, like, you know, they just talked it out.
Well, that's another thing. Speaking of, you know, you be asking if you can get a meal, but the guy with the bear fur, his mother requested that he get organic food because he would be sick if he didn't, as if he wasn't a criminal. And not only that, they obliged and gave him the food that was requested. They did. They gave him the food that was requested by his mother.
This is ridiculous.
Organic foods and all that. Mike, this is prison.
Paul, he cannot eat. It has to be free-range chicken. Like, he cannot, you know, they got to be grass-fed. Man, this is prison. This is where, you know, this ain't no camp. Like,
yeah, that shit is definitely wild, man. But again, that just shows you the privilege that one side has in this country. They try to deny exists. So, and then again, we're a couple of days out, man. I just want to send condolences out to Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and all the families that were affected in the plane crash that claimed their lives just about a year ago. So we do want to say a moment of silence for them, and our condolences to all the families involved.
R.I.P. Mom.
Rest in peace, Kobe. We can stay on basketball for a little minute if you want to. You seen
Let's get into it.
You seen the Nets Big Three debut? Kyrie coming back.
I've definitely checked it out for sure.
What'd you think about that?
I mean, there's gonna be a problem, bro. Like I think there's never been a team with this many prolific scorers on it. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, you know, but it's gonna take some time, just like the Heat did. You know?
Yeah, it's
they're gonna lose a couple. You know what I mean? And they're gonna figure it out. But
it's gonna be scary when they gel 100% of the way. Kyrie, for all the negativity that they put around him, for all the flack he gets, this guy's one of the best point guards at his position in the NBA. One of the best ball handlers, one of the best scorers, man. Like he stepped right back in after missing all the time and just went straight to work.
I want to bring up though something Kyrie said. Saying he left the Cavaliers initially because he didn't want to be LeBron's. What do you say, LeBron's
sidekick?
Now is he Robin now with KD and Harden?
Well, not that necessarily.
He's Alfred the Butler now.
No, they've already that takes that. No, look, that was a technique. The person that said it already backed off of it and apologized for saying it. That he was Alfred the Butler. He's definitely not no Butler that on no team he plays on. But with the Cavaliers thing, y'all gotta remember that situation was a little more. And I know this, this further back, so this wasn't something we was gonna touch on too much. But y'all gotta remember, it wasn't just that reason for why he left. He'd been promised things by the organization. While LeBron was in Miami, he was supposed to be the go-to guy. He was on his way to Phoenix before LeBron came back because the system they had in place over there was they were going to tailor it to him. And then LeBron came back. The Cavaliers reneged on what they told him. LeBron wanted to have him traded for Chris Paul. The trade didn't go through. He got traded out. So it was a lot more than just him like not wanting to be a sidekick. But I feel like that was the same thing like Kobe did with him and Shaq. Kobe knew Shaq was great, but Kobe also believed in his greatness, how dope he was, and he said, yeah, I got 3 rings with this guy, but if I don't win them without him, they're never going to give me the respect of being a champion. They're going to say I only won them because I won them with him. So I can understand it from that standpoint.
Kyrie's a little different. He won this one with the Nets, then it's like, he went from the number 2 to being the number 3. But it's still a chip.
But who says he's the number 3 though? In the game, that's what I'm saying. Listen, who said he's the number 3 option? In the game they just played, he took the most shots out of everybody.
But that's not to say that Westbrook took the most shot when he played with Durant. He wasn't the
Westbrook played Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie ain't Westbrook. I know, but I'm saying
I know.
He takes a lot of shots.
If you playing with Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, Westbrook already played together. We seen how that worked and didn't work, right?
They made the championship with some pucks.
Kyrie plays a different game than Westbrook.
I think the Nets they're gonna have to pick up some more players. I mean, losing LeVert,
some hustle players. Yeah,
those are. I think LeVert and Allen were like key role players on that team. So they're gonna have to.
Well, their biggest thing is
they're have to fill that void.
Their defense. They're last in the league in defense. The Cavs is last in offense, and they just got beat by them. So
the Knicks are first in defense. So that should tell me everything we need.
They've been balling. I ain't gonna lie, they beat the Warriors.
Yeah,
they're doing something over there.
Yeah, there was something else regarding the Nets, but it slipped my mind. Yeah, it was something else regarding the Nets, but it slipped my mind right now. Not important.
Keep them moving. We're gonna see what they do. They should be in the championship.
Oh, I know what it was. So there was you see the back and forth. Not really back and forth, but I guess he had made a comment. James Harden had made a comment directed at Shaq about Shaq basically hating on him or hating on the younger generation.
I seen that.
Then did you see Shaq's response, which was Shaq basically told him like, nah, like you got to go get it, because he was talking to Stephen A. and he was like, you're not a young player. You being added to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant is not, this is going to take 2 years, 3 years. They got to jump. No, you're an older player. You need to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Shaq on that. He just told him, he said, I'm not a yes man. I'm not going to say what people want to hear. You're a star player. You've been a star player in this league for years, but you haven't got over that hump. It's time for you to get over that
what
hump.
Shaq saying, because he was saying, like, Harden said, oh, you know, you hating on another black man. But it's not. He was criticizing.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to motivate him pretty much. Hey, man, you could do it yourself.
Exactly.
Like he got told.
He does that all the time.
He does.
On NBA, TNT, they always say that, like, it's always, if you don't win this year, you know, it's like, you made a big fuss about wanting to leave, going to this team.
Yeah. I mean, they don't got no excuse. They got the.
Well, honestly, I think it is hard, though.
What's hard?
To win that first year. I mean, but you gotta.
Nah, it's very tough.
Well, I mean, it's a lot.
I mean, AD did it with LeBron, but
that's different though. That's a different type of.
That's a perfect. That's a perfect mesh.
Yeah, that whole team with filled out
It
nicely.
hasn't been many teams that's done it the first year.
do it with Bosh and Wade.
Not the first year.
And then also, you know what? Also, I do want to touch on something else. Just speak while we're on the topic of basketball, since we're talking about him. Shaq was also recently named the Director of Community Relations for the Sheriff's Office in Atlanta, in Henry County. The Sheriff's Office announced his role will be to help bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement. So, shout out to Shaq, man. I know in our community we don't really embrace law enforcement and things like that, but Shaq is one of us, man. And if he's trying to make a difference, I think we should support him in making the efforts that he's making.
That's what's up.
But back to with the Nets or the league in general, we're gonna have to see. But for me, like I feel like Shaq said, I think it's championship to bust if you're the Nets coming out of the East. I think y'all are the favorite. I don't care how long y'all been playing together. When you have those 3 level caliber and talented players, I think that should be finals championship.
If you look
to
at it,
bust.
they got the best 2 players in the East and top 5 players in the league in the East. You know what I mean? So they should. Run through it. Honestly, I don't see.
That's just barring injuries though, because they got
true.
KD is looking great. He's looking like an MVP.
Well, Harden don't be really getting hurt, but
KD's looking like an MVP front runner right now. Kyrie has some injury, history as everybody knows. But if they can stay healthy and stay together, that's like I said, looking like championship or bust.
I think people are forgetting about Miami. I mean, they are 3 great players on one team, but Miami went to the finals. Jimmy Butler's in the tough.
Miami.
I like Miami, bro. I was going for them.
Miami ain't
They got a lot of heart.
Unless
they don't.
Their competition is the Celtics and Milwaukee.
I got the Sixers as their biggest competition. I think Embiid might be an MVP this year. He's balling. I feel like they really get together. They got a real coach now.
Sixers are really motivated.
Yeah, they got Doc over there. They got some shooters, Steph Curry.
It's a different team without the white
Danny Green.
The white dude from Australia they fired. Wasn't the coach?
I forget his name, but he really made a lot of coaching blunders. So I'm glad to see Doc over there.
Who's that?
Coach.
He tried to run him like the Spurs. That they just let him go. I forget his name.
Doc Rivers.
No.
When they fired.
Oh, when they fired.
Budenholzer? No, that wasn't Budenholzer.
No, Budenholzer is with the Hawks.
I forget his name.
He was from Australia.
He's a Spurs disciple.
Because he had like history with Ben Simmons. Like he coached him. He played with his dad or something.
I forget. The league is going in a lot of different directions anyway, though. So they got, like I said, they got to stay healthy. But even if you do stay healthy, the referees can low key throw the game at this point because I don't know if I'm serious. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but y'all seen James Harden? I mean, excuse me, not James Harden. Draymond Green got ejected in the game for yelling directions at his own teammate.
Wiseman.
Yeah, Wiseman.
But we know what Draymond said.
Over that
he just was telling them what to do.
That charge on against the Lakers?
Wasn't no charge. He just was telling them what to do.
Yeah, he yells at his rookies.
No, this was the game they just played.
It was against the Knicks that they lost. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And he was young. He missed an assignment, but you should be able to yell at your own teammate. But I don't know what Draymond said to make them, throw him out the game. He already had a technical, I guess. So
probably cussed or something.
Draymond, man, he could have just said, "You tell motherfucker anything," but I don't think that's enough to get you thrown out the game.
You get a technical for cussing or something.
I think Wiseman might be his rookie. He's talked to him like that from the beginning of the season.
He was hopping the other game.
He's keeping him under his wing and just telling him the right moves to make. I don't think he means no ill intent with nothing he's saying. I've watched a lot of the clips. He's genuinely just trying to make sure he's the guy is learning and evolving and growing into his position. Which is dope. Veteran mentorship.
He might be a coach one day. Draymond,
Did y'all see the new Space Jam 2 trailer?
Man, I did not see it. I seen like a clip on LeBron.
You seen it? It was a small clip. Maybe trailer's not the right word for it. The clip.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Okay, small little clip. It looked pretty dope.
I can't wait, honestly, man. Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it's called. It's called The New Legacy. They debuted their first clip recently. It'll be in the movie theaters on July 16th. I know both of y'all got kids. Y'all taking the kids to see it?
Definitely.
Or y'all plan on just seeing it yourself?
I mean, I don't know how I was going to go with the COVID shit. Are theaters even open?
I just went to the drive-in the other night.
I was gonna say we'll have to wait and see on that one. Then I know myself, I do plan on seeing it, kind of just for a nostalgia feeling. I enjoyed Space Jam 1 that came out when I was young. It was always a movie when Michael Jordan was playing. So I'm more than likely to go through and see it, go check it out.
Dope, man. I'll take you. You sit in the back with the kids, and we'll go see it in the drive-through.
I can't sit in the back with the kids every time we start shooting dice. The next thing I know, I'm out of $100.
You teaching them now, I'll cry.
Well, he's a fast learner. He gets all my money. You know what I mean? Every time. He is your son.
That's true.
But to transition on the topic of money, even somebody hit the Powerball for. How much was it? $731 million. One person got every number and the ball.
I don't care.
You do.
Tax it better.
But I mean, I'm supposed to be mad about getting 370 something million.
I will take that. You won't see me. I'll be on the island as mine.
And it's only one person who hit.
Go crazy.
Only one person.
It's only one person who hit, which is rare. I know what you're talking about. It's a show. It used to be called The Lottery Changed My Life or something, ruined my life or something like that. Most lottery winners do end up dying or killing themselves.
Lotto broke. No, this show all the times people won and they went broke after a couple years later, months later, and that's crazy.
Well, yeah. So an undisclosed person in Maryland, though, they up right now.
I wouldn't tell nobody either. They wouldn't know.
Listen, I hit 700.
Don't tell them my name.
I hit $731 million. I'm not even telling my family.
No, for sure. That's what you tell.
I'm going to the press conference with gloves on, a turtleneck. I got on the ski mask, some Ray-Ban shades. I don't know who that guy was. I'm keeping the same car. I'm gonna just move. I'm gonna leave on weekends and live life.
On a fake accent.
Yeah.
It is Paul.
I'm happy to win.
Had a whole little voice on, you know what I'm saying? Voiceover. But that's crazy though, man. That's a lot of moolah, man. To just win out of nowhere, like, life changing.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
What's the first thing you'll do though?
Run away.
I'll be gone, bro.
The first thing you'll buy.
Island.
First purchase.
Peace of mind.
A jet. An island. I'll have my life.
That's all I'm talking.
I'm free.
Peace of mind. I don't need much. I'm a simple person.
They're right.
Which material item that you're purchasing?
Man.
A gun.
Multiple guns.
Bazookas.
I'm out here.
Flamethrowers and all kind of shit.
I'm out here for
Blow cars up.
I'm out here for the just in case. Goddamn
For real. Nah, but nobody gonna know nothing. I'm out.
No, that kind of money. That kind of money. I use that to segue into 50 Cent. Since we stand on top of the money, he's shooting this show, BMF, which is his next new show based on the Black Mafia family, the life of Big Meech and his brother Terry Flannery, and the organization which they allegedly, ran drugs and money through, and et cetera, and built into one of the biggest crime families. I say allegedly. I don't have no proof that they did any of that outside of what the government says. And Big Meech has always said that he's innocent. And
all right, the first thing I was gonna say.
So, hold on, real quick. So wait, it's allegedly because in the movie, in the show, aren't they gonna show this?
I said allegedly.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I'm
just wondering. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
These boys had
allegedly
the BMF sign in Atlanta, broad daylight, taunting the police like they was untouchable. They had tigers and lions up in the club. Man, they was spending more money than the rappers in there.
That's just fly nigga shit.
Now that's amazing. You got a tiger. How did you get this tiger in the club? That's a fun. Like how do you compete with that?
Tigers now.
What I was thinking was
I'm the tiger king.
Yeah, I heard of what happened with Narcos. How like some of people involved with the show got killed by the cartels for like talking
about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if the same thing. I mean, I'm not saying it got with that, but I'm sure there's a lot of shit they don't want to get out. So I wonder how much they're gonna release.
People to jail already. So I mean, and then if you put, I don't know if you put. It's gonna put like based off a true story. That means they give you the wiggle room. Like,
well, it'll tell you some things, and some events have been changed or something like that. Because you don't want to just go out and tell the whole story. It might be some things that never been discussed.
That never came out.
There, so,
that's real.
But definitely shout out to 50 man. He been killing with Power Book 2. For Life was my shit, bro.
Yeah,
like I
show.
don't know what's going on with it right now. I'm still waiting on these episodes to come back, but I'll be tuned in for BMF as well. So definitely wanted to shout him out for that. Also, want to give a shout out to Ava DuVernay. I don't know if anybody else seen, but Variety reported that Ava DuVernay inked a deal with Spotify to produce exclusive podcasts. The name of her company is Array Audio. So very big deal. Can't wait to see what she does. She's always pushing the limits and stretching the boundaries for not only black people but black women. I love to see that. So big up to Ava DuVernay. Tommy and Natalie Nunn are going to be facing off in a celebrity boxing match.
Wait, so Natalie Nunn, I remember her. And you said who was it?
Tommy from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, okay. So they finna fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy already released a, just an audio statement saying, like, this isn't a personal thing. This is just a, a box match.
It's a money grab.
Yeah, charity type thing. They want to have fun. So, all my money's on Tommy.
All of it?
All
Natalie got that big chin, man.
And that's why all my money is on Tommy.
No, it's sturdy, bro.
You got a lot of coverage to get at.
No,
it's a lot of space for you to throw. You shouldn't miss.
When you got a strong chin like that, like she been chewing bark, like she just toughening it up. No, seriously, that's what boxers do. No, she's probably going, you know what I'm saying, go in there, she gonna take the punches and she gonna rope a dope. You know what I'm saying? No.
I seen Lil Flip say that he's open to a versus with T.I., but it has to be for a.
I don't know if he got enough hits, man.
Has to be for. He's reaching.
He's reaching.
Has to be for a really, really big bag. That's what he said.
That's what he's. No, he didn't say that.
That's what he said.
I haven't heard from Flip since Game Over.
I think so.
I think that might have been it. Or the diss to T.I. brother.
Game Over was dope though.
I love that song.
Game Over is dope.
T.I. got anything to beat Game Over?
I think he might got, well, for sure. T.I.'s catalog is super long, super impressive.
Do he have a song to beat Game Over?
We passed the point of a veteran when we talk T.I., we talking legendary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, him and Gucci.
I want to see a T.I. versus Jeezy.
Nah, they wanted Gucci. It was better. It was Gucci versus Jeezy. It was so much going on with that.
Yeah, they're going to happen. Speaking of the fight with Tommy and Natalie, another fight coming this weekend. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier. Rematch.
What's going down? Dubai. Yeah.
Well, by the time we air this, actually,
it's going down,
it has already happened over the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick. I'm going to go with McGregor on this one.
Go with the upset.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Poirier, since that, I was seeing, like, I'm not a huge MMA follower, but I did see after he lost pretty Conor really pretty much dominated him in the first fight.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like found something in him. He won, I think it was something like 5 straight fights.
6 in a row.
He beat this dude Holloway, which I'm just getting to know.
Blessed.
Holloway from Hawaii with the hands, and the dude got hands, and he fucked him up. So
that was a good fight.
That was recently for the interim belt.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he kind of leveled up his hand skills, and then he made cats. Because Conor's saying he's gonna go after him right away.
Oh,
he likes to end that fight quick.
Conor's like starts.
If he can exchange with him with his hands, I think.
The thing with Dustin, he don't really use his wrestling a lot. But
what the fuck y'all got?
He got it in the bag.
What's your pick?
I got Poirier. I got that.
What's your pick?
I got Conor.
Saying upset.
Conor early. Poirier is a beast. He did get the belt. He fought Khabib. He lost. But everybody else he beat, and he's a tough dude, man. He got 2 top fights of the year, so it's gonna be a good fight. But Conor got that knockout power, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Conor.
He gonna catch him the first 2 rounds.
One other person I wanted to shout out, we just glossed over real quick. Shout out Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z created a $10 million fund for startups to help boost minority-owned cannabis businesses. I thought that was dope. He wants to put money back into the black community to help us become cannabis cultivators and own dispensaries and businesses and things like that, which cater to marijuana, saying that we've been some of the most affected, by the laws that place people who look like us in prison over these things. So big up to Jay-Z for that as well, man. I love what he's doing, always looking to try to push the boundaries a little bit in terms of criminal justice reform. He hasn't been as vocal as he was lately as he had been with music, but I do see him, the things he's doing with Yo Gotti, the things he's doing with Meek. He seems as if he shifted shifted his focus into doing things that are actually more community-based and solution-based for our community. So big ups to him for that.
I love Jay-Z for that because, you know, he might not say much, but he do shit with his actions. And like he did with the sports, he's looking out for, you know, the athletes now with this weed cultivating, you know, now that it's legal, you know, the other man want to come in and take it from who's been doing it, brown and black, and who's been affected by it. And that's why he's putting this in place. And I'm glad he's looking out for us like that, man. So.
With this whole legalization, I seen that a lot of it is real expensive to get these permits, and so it's good that he's doing this because it's out of reach for a lot of us that are trying to coming out the neighborhood, and like they do that on purpose because they want these corporations to come in and take over this market. And
yeah,
so it's dope what he's doing to help out an everyday person get in the industry, not the underground way, illegally, because you know a lot of people are still doing that, but to get that real paper, I mean, you're gonna have to go legit, but they made it all so you gotta have stupid bread, a lot of bread to get in it. So it's dope that he's doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
And let everybody out of jail.
There's
That's
money
jail
in
for
weed. Weed's money. There's a lot of money in weed, for sure. Now legal game is crazy because you got, like I said, a lot of corporations coming in. So,
all right, we're gonna take a quick music break. Then let's get into it real quick.
Let's get it.
All right, welcome back. So that was the music break we had for the vibe of the week. That was Meek Mill, Pain Away. You probably didn't hear it on there. You got to check it out on YouTube. They're gonna pull out videos for that shit. Speaking of that, that's not new music, but it's just something that's a vibe right now. I feel like that song is gonna be around for a while. New music. What you been listening to?
Oh man, it's been a lot coming out. I just listened to the new Currency album that just came out. You know, keep it underground. I've been listening to Benny, man. I've been stuck on that Benny for a while now. You know, it's been a couple weeks. But
shout out to Benny the Butcher.
He's growing on me. You know what I'm saying?
He's
I'm
bringing
bad with new artists, new people. Like I saw this too, but it's crazy because there's always a moment when they have real talent where I just like
when it catches it with you,
and I'm like, damn, this person's dope.
Yeah. And that's kind of my thing. I'm more one of them people who tend to listen to the more on the indie artist side. I always want to know who's coming next, so I kind of keep my ear to that point.
Yeah.
Just some of the new music that's dropped, not even from just new artists, but I mean just new music right now. So I know some of the stuff that dropped now. BG Perico, shout out BG Perico, West Coast, LA. He just dropped a project, Welcome to the Land. This is his second release project already in 2021. We're only 3 weeks in.
Crazy.
So I was checking that out earlier. I didn't get to go through the whole thing, but I mean, y'all know I rock with Perico. So for me, it's just like I'm just waiting on him to be get that next thing, that next jump, that platform that kind of elevates him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I seen Jim Jones drop Bad Boys featuring Fred the Godson, R.I.P. Fred the Godson. Fat Joe. Featuring Amorphous with Sunshine. I don't know if y'all seen this, but the Amorphous guy, he was, you know how people make videos online and they go viral?
Yeah.
He remade a beat online that went viral and got to Fat Joe, and Fat Joe went and got him. He's like a teenager. He's a young dude. Fat Joe went and got him, put Rihanna on the record, got Khaled on the video, Diddy in the video. That's that dude. Cool. So I thought that was dope. I liked the song. Just recently dropped. Fat Joe still coming with. He's still being Fat Joe. Nas will drop, by the time this airs, Nas just dropped the video for 27 Summers, which was off of the King's Dream album. That one was super dope. That's one of the best tracks that was on that project. So I'm gonna definitely fuck with that. P&B Rock dropped Rose Gold featuring King Von, R.I.P. to King Von. This shit is crazy. I didn't have to say R.I.P. to like 3 artists in these last couple of feature songs, man. Like, yo, we gotta do better, hip hop. We really gotta do better, man. We gotta. I know Fred the Godson passed from complications with COVID-19, but in terms of King Von, man. That's still an unfortunate situation, man. I feel like we gotta do better with this, man. We can do a lot better as a culture, man, as a community for hip hop, and I feel like we should definitely aim to. Lil Wayne also dropped some new music fresh off of his pardon called Ain't Got Time, and Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. I think we all know that. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Drake also announced that he would be delaying the release of his album,
What's
his
up
sixth
with
studio
that?
album, Certified Lover Boy. He just said his energy has been okay. So he's coming off of he's coming off the ACL tear, I believe it was. So he said his energy, yes, he said his energy had just been have been more so dedicated to his recovery and his family. You know, he's a father now. He's got a young boy, so this is probably the most time he's got to spend being a father with his son. Yeah. You know, and rehabbing from the injury, which usually takes a couple of months. So
he must be the only rapper to tear ACL twice. Like, how does he have so many leg injuries? Like he playing ball.
I couldn't tell you.
No, seriously, I didn't even know that. Like,
couldn't tell you, but I mean, you know, he's well now. He's back moving around. And I can't, you know, honestly, I'm a fan. I can't wait for Certified Lover Boy.
I was ready for it last year.
It's you know, Drake don't miss. I think we all understand that at this point now. So that's something else that I'm waiting to see. Young Dolph also dropped the deluxe version. You say you don't?
So I fuck with Dolph.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, hold up. he dropped the deluxe version of his Rich Slave album. Dope, still dope. Had a couple new songs to it. And then, I don't know if y'all heard this, just to kind of segue over into this a little bit. It's still in new music, but, and then also, before I do that, let me not forget, Rowdy Rebel dropped some new music. Y'all check him out. Shout out to Rowdy Rebel GS9. He dropped a new song called Reroute, new video for it. Images, everything with Funk Flex. So y'all go check that out. I thought it was dope. I fuck with Rowdy Rebel. Can't wait for Smurder to come home. So I thought that was dope. And then what I wanted to transfer over into kind of from there was Danny Lay facing some backlash. I don't know if y'all saw that. She released a new song.
Light Skin Girl or Yellow Bone.
Yeah, she released a new song titled Yellow Bone, and she was saying he wanted Yellow Bone, and she got flack for it from not only black women. I don't want to just put on black women because I did notice there was some other races and women that mentioned it as well too. Black women were kind of, you know, the colorism thing comes up a lot in the black community, so I'm sure that was a part of the issue thing. They might have felt like she was maybe down talking on darker skinned women.
But my thing was like, how? You know what I mean?
I don't think she was, but I just like, if we being honest, like, I just think like, you know, 2021, you're allowed to have your own preferences and all that. It's a big world, but we know what things are divisive and what things kind of turn us against each other and set each other off as a race of people. And black women are somewhat sensitive about skin texture, skin complexion, and things of that nature when it comes to saying this is what a man wants, etc., etc. I don't think she meant no harm by it, but I do think, you know, maybe you just didn't read the room as much. You know what I'm saying?
You know, people do stuff on purpose nowadays too. But you know, for one, you gotta love the skin you in. And I feel like if you
for sure,
you should celebrate that. And you know, there's been N.E.R.E. songs and Beyonce songs, Brown Skin Girl, and you know, there's never no backlash about that. But you know, when a light skinned girl does that, it's kind of like, oh, wait, you taking jabs. But let's all stick together, man. As long as you ain't taking no shots at no.
Yeah, I think
love the skin you in.
I think as long as she wasn't, you know, saying nothing negative out of the way, she was just stating, like she said, you know, it was his preference. She's currently dating the baby right now. He's a dark skinned guy. That's another thing you gotta sometimes look at the person is with. He didn't speak up and say nothing about it because he don't feel nothing wrong with what she said.
A song called,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So he didn't feel nothing wrong about what she said. It was the preference. You know, that was kind of the way it tailored. So again, want to stand with all our black women, whether you know, light skin, dark skin, anything like that. You know, let's just all make sure we stick it together. You know, for our culture, and let's make sure we try to eliminate colorism, just out of the black community as a whole, because there's so much more that comes with us besides our skin texture. We could be so much more, guys. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick before sliding into J. Cole recreated the Forest Hills Drive album for his shoe release announcement. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah,
dropping with Puma.
Getting those.
How's it getting on that roof? Because I got on the roof of my house. I had to stop this little squeaky little fan from squeaking.
Yeah.
Getting down was kind of sketchy.
Hey, listen. When you get over 30, you like.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, that mid-30 range.
Before 30, I told you when I was in my mid-20s and I had a construction job, a roofing construction job, and they told me I was going to be trained on the ground for the first 2 weeks before I had to go on the roof. First day on the job, we pull up to this 80-foot building, and I'm watching everybody get out with this ladder like a cartoon, nigga. They hit the ladder, bow, bing, 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 and everybody just runs right. I'm like, I'm so thankful they told me I get to be on the ground for the first 2 weeks. After the last nigga went up, the foreman looked at me and he said, all right, let's go. And I looked, I said, no, Mike said that I get to stay on the ground for the first 2 weeks. You know Mike? I don't know if you know Mike, but that's what Mike told me. And he was like, no, we going to get you up there and get you working right away. Day one, I was like, I think you should probably call Mike because I don't want to go against what he was saying because Mike told me I was going to be on the ground for the first 2 weeks. Where is Michael? So so I get on the ladder. I climb all the way up because everybody else didn't went at this point. It's just me and him. I'm like, I'm gonna be a bitch. I climb the ladder. I get all the way up. The up part wasn't the issue at all because I didn't look down on the climb. I got up there. I'm like, all right, cool. We did the work all over the top of the roof, and then like maybe 3-4 hours went by. He was like, all right, y'all, lunch break. And I was like, shit, I didn't even think about that. How the fuck am I going to do right? So these niggas all started running over. Look, nigga, they started running over. It's this metal thing, right? And they tie the metal thing to the top of the ladder, and it like goes over onto the roof. And it's like, nigga, like a rotor from a car, nigga. Wow. So I'm watching all these niggas just jump, like, these little Mexican niggas though, right? They just jumping this motherfucker. Like all the way down, right? I'm like, shit. I'm trying to watch how they get down so I can get down simple without looking like a bitch. But mind you, we 80 feet up, right? So the last motherfucker go before me, this nigga's like a 300-pound Mexican cat. And in my head, I'm like, nah, if he can get down, I'm getting the fuck down, right? So I'm the last nigga on the roof. I go over there to the thing. I pull the little ladder shit back or whatever, but it wobbles a little bit. I'm like, immediately my nigga senses kicked in, like, maybe no. Maybe it's a bad idea, right? The nigga, long story short, I look down over the motherfucking ladder. They all down there waiting, talking about, so come on. And I looked at this nigga, I said, just bring my legs back. Just bring it up. I'm going to stay up here. Just bring it up. Like,
I'm not eating today.
Scared the shit out of me. I don't do heights, nigga.
I'm not eating. That's a wrap. Fuck with heights,
Also, off topic here, but I want to say prayers to Dave Chappelle, who recently tested positive for COVID. You are in our prayers here at YKTV. You know the vibes. One of the funniest comedians of all time. Huge fans over here. Make sure you quarantine and stay safe, brother. Get well soon. What else? Oh, did y'all see the situation with Wendy Williams and her brother?
Yeah, that was crazy.
What y'all think about that? So apparently Wendy Williams' mother passed and she did not attend her mother's funeral. She said she went to the wake. She said she went to the wake. And her brother, I've been seeing a couple of videos, her brother saying, she hasn't called the father doesn't know why she's not returning calls, and things like that. And, obviously the irony in the situation where a person who's made their career off of gossip is now at the forefront of a story about you not attending your own mother's funeral. People handle grief differently, so I don't want to come down on her too hard. What I will say as someone who's lost their mother, that's a very difficult thing to deal with, to have to go to a wake and a funeral. Right. And I didn't go to my mother's wake. I was young when she passed. I remember they took us up there, but they made us wait outside. They didn't want us to do the wake and the funeral because of the trauma that it would have put on us. Because, the funeral itself was traumatic. Right? So I kind of leaned a little bit to that side. Like, maybe that was the reason why she chose not to go to the funeral, but to go to the wake. Maybe she couldn't stomach seeing her mother twice.
She said she went to the wake, and she talked about how the brother was fighting in there, and, they had to break them up in there, and it just was a lot going on, and she wasn't going to be able to make it to the funeral. So like you said, it probably was something she was dealing with. But, it's crazy you said, it's like sometimes, she's the female version of Howard Stern on the radio. She's called a lot of people out. She's brought a lot of people's business out. And it's crazy. The last couple of years, it just seemed like her business. Hers keeps coming out. First the thing with her husband and him having the side baby on her and then the abuse. And then, this situation now. Or even she had health complications not too long ago. Fell out, so.
Karma's a real thing,
karma's
man.
Real.
Be careful, just be careful of the energy you put out there into the world, man.
That's all.
And even just to touch on that, as far as karma being a real thing, being careful of being aware of the energy you put out there into the world. There's a story, I don't know if y'all saw, the woman, her brother was killed. He was a 16-year-old Prep Academy basketball star student.
Oh, I did see that.
And her brother was murdered, and she tracked down the person who murdered her brother a week later. I don't even think it was a week later, actually. I think it might have been 20 something hours. I watched the report. I think it was 21 hours. She tracked this person down, texted the person. They met up. She ended up murdering the person. She was caught because her license plate was a custom license plate, and somebody was able to read the license plate. And she also texted her dead brother that she owed him a body.
Yeah, she
killed
her dead brother's phone. I owe you a body, and literally, like you said, 20 hours later, dude was killed, dead, and she's in jail. It's crazy. It's because it's a traumatic story. You know, you lose somebody close to you like that. You find out what happened. That's just the streets. Maybe she shouldn't have texted her about the phone.
That's a definite no. Shouldn't have did that.
Maybe she should have got a different type of car that's not her own. But yeah, it's a sad situation, man. For real, to lose a kid like that was going to prep school. It's a sad thing. Sometimes you got, in those situations, ego get the better. That's how the streets go. We're not gonna call the cops. We're gonna handle it ourselves. But
yeah, man, it's very unfortunate, man. We gotta stop killing our young kings, man. We're not gonna have nobody to lead our youth, lead our future generations, man. We continue to keep killing everybody off, man. So very unfortunate situation from that. And from that, I'm going to transition into what's another unfortunate situation that just continues to linger on at this point. Meg Thee Stallion recently spoke out again before the weekend happened on the shooting again after false reports of Tory Lanez charges being dropped began to circulate on social media from numerous sites. It was later revealed that these were false reports, and she took to Twitter and addressed it, basically saying, and I don't want to misquote her because I feel her on a lot of what she's saying. She basically was getting to the point of, she doesn't understand how she became the victim. She told them she's been shot. She said who shot her. She told him again today, when it happened. She told him on Twitter, I'm not changing my story. You shot me and you're going to jail.
She said you're going to jail.
Yeah, she made it pretty clear. You know what I'm saying?
I'll just be ready for, this story's been going on for so long. It seemed like now I'm just, the court case got pushed back. I just want to, get it behind everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy situation. Hope they can just go to court and whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? If he did that, he needs to be in jail, under the jail. That's just what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If not, let's move on from it and figure out what really happened. But I know it's a hindrance on her and on
I'm gonna read a little bit of what she said directly from her page. She says, at this point, I'm getting annoyed. Stop believing everything you read on the motherfucking internet. Imagine how I feel waking up every day seeing people lie and turn my trauma into a joke. That whole team figures out ways to create doubt with my story every week, and the media eats it up. Y'all can't tell when shit's fake news. Y'all still don't see that an abuser is picking with me. The first court date got pushed back because of the inauguration, but I can't wait until the motherfucking facts come out. Bitch, you shot me, and my story is not changing, and bitch, you're going to jail.
That's crazy, bro.
And it was later confirmed after she released that Tory Lanez charges weren't dropped. Him or his team said they had nothing to do with the confusion of people thinking they were. The courts rescheduled the cases that had a hearing date of 1/20 because of the inauguration, and due to a clerical error, it appeared like it was dropped or dismissed.
I want to know what's going to happen in court.
Me personally, I do feel like this whole situation, and maybe it could be me looking at it from a specific standpoint, I do tend to agree with her. I feel like what she's saying is legitimate. It does seem like an abuser is picking at her. I've seen too many things from the time this situation happened to where, as a man, I know when it's like, yo, you out of pocket. You see what I'm saying? When she started the Crybaby Challenge, right? Even before the Crybaby Challenge, he dropped an album. As he said, it was on the day his mother passed, which was his mother's birthday or whatever. Condolences to his mother. And I don't make no fun of that. Like I said, I lost my mother as well. Meg is someone who lost her mother as well. But the time and the things, I look at it a little differently sometimes. When you drop a whole album, but you hadn't given a statement to speak on her lying about being shot, right? That could have been seen as like, all right, well, this is his way of speaking on how he can speak on it, right? But then, the whole little thing when she had the Crybaby Challenge thing and he's doing the subliminal Instagram posts like, she can do all that but couldn't take no dick, as if we wouldn't know who he's talking about, and then things keep popping out. charges would drop, Meg's lying, this, and that. That does tend to point to, you know, what she's saying. I do tend to. I kind of feel bad for her. Not even kind of. I feel bad for her in the situation.
I feel bad for
being
she got shot.
Being a 25-year-old woman who, you know, you just lost your father, then you lost your mother, then you lost your grandmother, then you become famous, then you get shot by the person that you're supposed to be with, and now the world is laughing at you. Allegedly. You know. Allegedly, she said out of her own mouth though that person's name, so it's alleged until it's proven. But just going off what she said, you know, she's become like a laughing stock, and she's a victim of a crime.
Was Tory Lanez arrested?
Yeah, when it originally happened.
Originally, he got bailed out.
He got bailed out. He went down to Florida.
Depend on what he said. You know, what kind of.
Well, her first statement.
What did he say to police?
Her first statement when it happened was. She wasn't shot. It was glass that broke and got in her leg. You know, she denied anybody shooting at her or anything like that. He got a gun charge, and that was the story for a week. Nothing was said. Then she couldn't take it no more because everybody, you know, was making jokes and all these memes. And she came out and said, "No, it was him." You know what I'm saying? He did it. And so now that's what's been this whole thing bubbling more and more. Then he never spoke on it. He came out with an album. Talking about the situation.
Yeah, I think the way in which he went about choosing to protest his innocence, but it's sucker shit to me. I'm not gonna lie. I was on Clubhouse one time when there was a Clubhouse meeting going on, and you know, just the energy in the room. Some of the females was talking to him about, and you know, just pressing him as they should have. You know, being on his head, and he still in that whole time frame never said, "Nah, I didn't shoot this woman. I didn't do X,
never
Y,
said
Z."
that.
He has not said that. And so, you know, again, man, unfortunate situation. You know, I just hope the best for Meg in this situation. I hope the best comes out of this for her.
I can't wait to see.
And you know, we'll have to see, man. This is going to be one of the more covered court trials, I think. And maybe not. We'll have to see because we in the pandemic, we in COVID. We'll have to see how that's going to play out.
I got a question. How do they prove that somebody did? Because when they took them in, don't they check the residue? How do they prove?
Shot?
Yeah, because there's 3 people in the car.
There are multiple ways to do this, right? Usually the police will put test your hands for GSR,
right?
Or which is gunshot residue.
Which you didn't have, right?
It'll be on your hands if you fired a weapon within 48 hours. That report has never surfaced. We don't know if he was tested for GSR or not. He initially was bonded out. He initially was bonded out, and then he went down to Florida immediately after it happened. So if he didn't get it taken, he had time not for it to be off his hands and not get it taken. We don't know again if it was given or not. Another thing, he was charged with the possession of a firearm that was in the vehicle. Her statements at the hospital or the doctor statements or whatever, when they said they pulled bullet fragments out of her feet. So her not telling that what happened, if she did try to say I was glass happened, she then later said that she didn't come right out and say what happened or who did it because she wanted to protect him. Right. We don't know how long they were dating or how serious their relationship was. That could have been something that could have been true. We know in our community that happens a lot. So again, man,
crazy situation.
Bad situation, horrible situation, man. Hope the best comes out of this situation, man. Tory has a child, and he's found guilty of this. He's looking at, I believe it was 22 years. Also, with him not being a American citizen, he will be deported after serving his time. So that's insult to injury right there.
I wonder if he gets took off, what's going to happen then? Are they going to
took off what?
If they say he didn't do it, if you say he beats this case, like who are they going to say did it then? Like, because there's 2 other people in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's what's going.
Nobody's pointing fingers.
That's what's going to remain to be seen.
So we'll see.
In terms of what the police or the criminal investigation finds out from a court perspective. Transitioning from that, from one great female rapper to a great female rap legend, there may be a Lil' Kim biopic in the works. I'm here for it. What y'all think about that? Queen Bee shit?
That'd be dope, man. She a pioneer for what's happening now, so that'd be dope to see the beginnings.
Definitely, I did see she recently did an interview with BET. During the interview, she said that she would like Tiana Taylor to play her in the biopic.
Oh,
she
wow.
thinks she's the only person who could play her role.
That would be dope. Yeah, I could see her being Lil' Kim.
You know who I kind of thought about, and maybe this is just me. It's one other person who I thought about, and I think this person could play Lil' Kim, and she would play her so dope. She's also from New York, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm gonna have to double check. Dream Doll.
Really?
Yeah.
Dream Doll's from Detroit.
She's from New York, I think.
Is she from Detroit?
I don't know. I think she's from New York.
I have to check.
Gotta look it up. But she does a lot. She does a lot of work with New York artists in New York. I think she's from New York. But Dream Doll is dope. Her personality is dope. Body wise, how Lil' Kim was structured back in the day. Her accent is already similar to how Lil' Kim's was with the whole Barbie thing, the small voice and things like that. So I think that would be dope.
I don't see her height, how, the Lil' Kim a little thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, you gotta be raunchy, you gotta come with that swag. Kim had a lot, come out with the fur, with that voice, you know what I'm saying? Freaky, nasty. So I can see Tiana really doing a good job too, so I'm here for that. For real, for real.
Yeah, I think she'd be good at that. In other news, Soulja Boy, you see that?
Oh my God.
Yes. What's that situation? I see he's being sued by his ex-girlfriend, who was also his ex-trainer.
It was an assistant, I thought.
No, she was his ex-trainer / girlfriend. She's suing him for abuse, sexual assault. She claimed she was, she claimed she was tied up. She claimed she was raped. She claimed she was kept from being able to leave his house.
Big Soulja.
Man.
Whew. That's crazy, man. If those allegations is true, he's going down for a long time.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we, that men in this industry, in this business, making this kind of money, tend to get themselves in these situations. Fellas, got to be smarter, man. Got to do better. Got to be more selective. Be more careful about the people you having around you, the women you having around you, so that these type of things don't happen and you won't even be accused of these types of things. I'm hoping this is false. I'm hoping nobody, I hate to see things like this happen. I'm hoping he wouldn't be the type of person to do this to somebody, and I'm hoping this does turn out to be incorrect.
I hate these allegations.
If it's not, man, just prayers with this girl. I couldn't imagine what somebody would go through being in that situation, tied up, kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and things like that. Man, we got to make sure we respecting and protecting our women at all times, man. So this is unfortunate, and we're gonna wait to see, until more comes of this and see what comes of it, if anything. But it was just something that I wanted to touch on since it's in our culture, and it was something that recently just was a recent development.
It's hard to speak on these things because when these allegations come up, like you don't want to. In this Me Too movement that we live in, you don't want to jump on somebody and just be like, oh, you did this, because there's people that's come out that's been fibbing, you know what I'm saying, lying on situations, but then at the same time, it's like, damn, if she went through that and he did that, that's devastating, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm one of them people, like, I tend to, if I don't have no reason to not believe somebody, I tend to take them at their word until I have a reason not to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody come to me and tell me, yo, this person did X, Y, Z to me, I like context. Like, why was it done, first of all? But if it was done, it was done. You see what I'm saying? Then if it comes out later, the person is lying or whatever's supposed to happen didn't happen, I wash my hands with situations, I apologize and things like that.
Do you think people that lie or make those accusations, should they be charged if something happened to them? Because their reputation never recovers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the biggest things I've always felt like, I feel like if a man is accused of raping a woman, and he's found to be innocent and it's found to be that it was a lie, I do feel like the woman should get jail time. I feel like she should get charged. She should go to prison for attempting to put that badge on him, put him in prison. Yeah. Because this is something you carry for the rest of your life. You have to register as a sex offender. You have all of those types of things.
Think about your life and never. If somebody want to hurt you because of that.
We've seen numerous stories, of these situations occurring.
Game. I mean, it's a list.
Yeah, not even just artists. I mean, just in every day. I've seen a story years ago where a guy was a football player, and the family who adopted him was a white family. He ended up as a teenager having sex with his daughter. They ended up getting caught one time, and she said that he raped her. He went to prison, and he lost his opportunity at a scholarship. And he was one of the best backs in the country at that time. So things are unfortunate, man. You gotta make sure you're handling. Yeah, you gotta make sure you're handling yourself better. Handle your situations better, man. We're gonna tap on this. Kim and Kanye getting divorced.
You know what?
How true is that? Because it's like you see this every week, right? Are they getting divorced?
It's gonna be on the show.
It's gonna be on the show.
On the show.
That's
so it's facts then.
It's for pub.
Well, I mean, this is the last season too.
Exactly.
They're gonna like try, make some money off it.
Yeah, it's the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I don't know. My whole thing is like, I'm not mad at Kanye if he is gay, but I'm just upset that he kind of like didn't just come out with it straight
What
up.
you mean with the story that happened?
Well,
I don't know if it's real or not.
I don't know.
Well, listen. With that situation, it was two different people. Both the people have already said they were lying, and they made the stories up for publicity.
Which they could have got paid off. Who knows in this world?
Listen,
this crazy
man,
world.
the Kardashians are notorious for stirring up drama. They want the spotlight on them. They want the attention on them all the time. So this wouldn't be far-fetched for me to believe that it's like, if they know this is the last season, Kanye, we're gonna play off to the world that we're getting divorced in this last season for ratings.
Soap operas.
Yeah,
that's what they do, man. They'll start. I've seen one when he did when he running for president, and they took pictures of them in the car and they arguing. It's like it looks so made up, so it's last series of the show.
Scripted.
Yeah, so it might be publicity, man. They got a whole family together, so I can see it happening, but I don't think so.
The Powerball's at $1 billion. You playing?
Man, after I'm finna go get like 10 tickets.
You playing?
Yeah, why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Might as well, goddamn.
Hell yeah, let me run a couple numbers through there. I'm ready.
All right, man, we're going to get ready to wind this down. Thank you for tuning in with us to episode 1. You know the vibes. We're going to be airing every Monday. Again, I'm your host. Follow me at Self-Made Mel. Self, that's SELF period, MADE period, MEL period. Follow TV the Don, TEELEETHADON. 85. You got an X after your 85, huh?
85 Rialto.
85 Rialto. Graham behind me in the building. Curbside Kyle. And follow us as usual at YKT. You know the vibes, man. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah.